So this is going to be for those of you who are just started dating again, and maybe you started dating and you realize that you do not want to repeat old patterns, the patterns that you're so used to recycling over and over again. And so with this, I want you to utilize your cell phone. And so this is more of a strategic outlook and a strategic way of dating. And so use your phone in your notes section. I know in the Apple iPhone for those that have that. And if you don't, I'm sure you have a notes section. Use it and actually put all the name of the guys that you're dating. And so you'll have like Scott, Rick, whomever. And then also in your notes section, put a list for your patterns. So you're going to take time before you even start going on any dates is to list out all of your dating patterns that you have not cleared yet. So these are patterns that you noticed in your last relationship, and you probably have noticed in relationships before and before him. And so you're writing these down. And so maybe you're going to have a list of 6 or 5 or 4, whatever patterns that seem to always come up with you when you go on dates. And so what you're going to do is when you go on dates with these guys is you're going to look after the date, after spending time with this person, you're going to actually look at your phone. You're going to look at your notes section and you're going to see, did any of these patterns come up? So let's, for instance, say that your patterns are you date guys that gaslight you. Maybe you are an anxious attachment person and you need lots of connection, but you seem to date avoidance. And so maybe a pattern you have is dating guys that do not respond timely to you, that don't seem like they're choosing you. So they don't really choose to take you out on dates. They seem a little distant. You always are questioning if they're really into you or if they're really interested in the relationship. And so those are patterns you're going to notice and note down in your pattern section of the notebook. So whenever you go on a date with a guy and he happens to have one of those patterns, you're going to check it off under his notes. So if his name is Tom, anytime Tom represents any of your patterns, you're going to put it in there and maybe put the date. So you're going to say Monday, January 5th, and then maybe February 3rd. And so at some point while you're dating this person, you're going to be able to look back and you're going to be able to actually see all of the patterns that they seem to exhibit that are from your past. And so, and therefore, at that point, you can make a very strategic choice, which makes sense. You want things to make like an intellectual sense of like, this person seems to be exactly the type that I always date, or they are showing very unhealthy patterns. And do I want that? And your phone, your notepad is going to actually show you that. And so a lot of times I feel like not all women, every woman has their way of dating and not dating, but it can be so easy for many women to live in fantasy and to get really swept away by love and by newness and the excitement and the possibility of a relationship that things might happen, but you don't remember them. Or things might happen, but you easily forget them. So if you actually have a place in your phone, you can easily track it while you're on a date. While he goes to the restroom, you type it in there. While you're going in your car, you're saying goodnight and you're in your car about to put your seatbelt on, you quickly type it in your notes section. So it makes it so easy that you don't forget, that you don't get caught up in your emotion and in your feelings, but you're actually seeing this person for who they are. And people show you who they are. And so this is just a great tool to utilize your phone in a more strategic way while you're out there and dating to make sure you're not repeating these same patterns.